404 Rehabilitation Center Mbengwi has graduated its first batch of trainees who testified to Mbengwi Online what they've been able to gain as practical knowledge.
I've been here for 6 months and I've been able to do some certain things of which I was unable to do, such as typing and printing. I've been able to file documents in the office, to make brochures, flyers, also been able to do slides, create invitations.
I've been learning how to know the species of pigs, how to mix pigs, then how to vaccinate pigs. Already in my fence I'm having 8 pigs there, 1 male and 7 female. The manure I can work vegetable, I can still put the manure under yam, corn, or any other thing.
Within 6 months, the trainees gained knowledge in computing, piggery and poultry. As the pioneer batch, they were thus graduated on Friday, July 22nd, 2022 during a ceremony that took place on the center's campus located at Mile 19 Mbengwi and was attended by some dignitaries of the municipality, parents, guardians, friends and family members of the graduating students.
I came here because of my Peking, Ashley Rodrigue. I said no, I must bring this Peking, make it try to do something. I thank God because when I now open eyes for parents when they check the Peking, they feel remain all over the village, you go farm with them, corn, banga, more block, do odd jobs. Where people, sometimes you go, they ask money, they don't give you. When I now open their eyes, when I begin wait, when I go see the population where go come here, all that begin the way they don't pass first school, they pass GC, they don't get way for go school, when I go receive them for here for this great job we're going to do. When you pray them, make a good luck, make it strengthen una. Even some of us, when I go on retirement, I will go here and learn my computer.
A tour around the center took the parents and attendees to the various departments, and at each stop, a demonstration exercise was carried out to practically show the new knowledge the students gained throughout their stay at the center.
I've been trained in the knowledge of how to differentiate the various types of birds for their functions and what they are being used for. Like for instance, we have been trained how we rear fowls to produce eggs, to produce meat, and for game purposes. So actually now going out of this center, we can open a farm of our own, which will be able to differentiate the type of birds, know the type of vaccines to give them, know the symptoms of their illnesses, and where we can buy the drugs.
Tell us about the bird you are holding in hand.
Okay, the bird I'm holding in hand is a Brahma species. Actually, it's a hybrid of birds. It's not common in our society, but we are trying to implement it in our society.
Why should a good poultry farmer dress the way you are?
A good poultry farmer should dress the way I am because we have dresses that we use for the farm. So these dresses always remains in the farm. So as to be avoid of taking diseases from outside and bringing them into our farms.
Graduates from the computer department, 4 of them in number, were each offered a brand new desktop system unit with all its accessories like monitor, keyboard, mouse and power cords. Those from the poultry department shall each receive a carton of day-old chicks, same for those from the piggery department that will each be offered a hybrid piglet. According to the director of the center, this will be done in the days ahead. The beneficiaries were all encouraged to make good use of the items for their own good. Will you sell your own computer? A question we asked to one of the graduates.
Why should I sell it? It was a good opportunity to even have one. Then how can I take it again and sell it? At least with that one I can start off from somewhere.
So what are your plans?
Now, since I'm having just a computer, I can be typing documents for people. Then I can bring it to the center and print. It's going to help me to raise some money. Then I can do it for other work around. At least to have my own printer. But I really like to own a documentation.
Away from the material support to go and start up, certificates were also awarded to each of the graduating students to serve the purpose for which it is intended in future. As a word to other youths in Mbengwi having nothing doing, this graduate has this to say.
If they have seen an opportunity like this one, I'll be happy for them to be here and to gain what I've also gained. Because to stay out there doing nothing is not a good thing to do.
So they should better come here and learn something.
A free will exercise was conducted on the spot for parents and guests interested in supporting the center in any way so that it continues to provide the free training plus startup support at the end of the training to graduates. While some chipped in tokens, others took commitments.
I want to let these trainees know that the council is at your disposal. I also want to encourage you to also engage yourselves in common initiative groups. Carry out the necessary formalities to have your certification. Then you meet me in the council. I am going to recommend your group for assistance. If somebody needs a secretary, I'm going to recommend the graduates from 404.
I want to promise as long as I'm going to be here, even when I go on transfer, I will always send any graduation 2 reams of paper.
My first support is 2 reams of paper so that each person goes home with a ream of paper. The second support is I want here to pledge the 404 group my availability, and I commit myself as a partner.
We want to promise you that we will take upon ourselves and join you in the crusade to convince METAC children to join the big man. This is our humble contribution.
At the close of the ceremony, Mbengwi Online caught up with the director of the center for a one-on-one. Our first inquiry was to know what 404 Rehabilitation Center is all about.
It's an initiative by Mr. Mbengwi, who is the CEO of 404 Business Group. He's a young man that grew up here in Mbengwi, and he was opportune to have the good things of life when he went out of Mbengwi. And he deemed it necessary to give back to a place where he grew up from. So he called me one day as a friend and told me that he wants to come up with an initiative like this, and we deliberated on it. And finally, we are happy that it is realizing or gaining fruits.
What are the activities that you render here to your trainees?
We train young people from 15 to 30 years in either computer, piggery, poultry, and rabbitry.
And what's the fees?
There is no fees. There is no fees. It is free of charge. By the time we started the program, we did not have facilities like a photocopier. So we're saying that the fees is 25 francs. Make a photocopy of your birth certificate or ID card for 25 francs and you get in. But presently, you don't need a franc.
Is the training program going to continue, or it was just the 6 months that started?
The training program is going on. Admission is going on. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to our people out there that send children who don't have the opportunity to go to school to come and gain something. The knowledge they are gaining here and the opportunity they have here can be a spring back. It can give them hope and even prepare them for future education.
Is there any limitation to the number of children you take?
There is no limitation. Bring as many as you can, as many as the place can take. Thank God that our Honorable Mayor is promising to the 404 Rehabilitation Center that if this space gets small, he has space for us. So send them, there is enough space.
During the first training, you had piggery, poultry, rabbitry, computer. Are there any innovations you shall be introducing?
I want to enlighten or highlight that in the first training we did not actually have rabbitry because the children were not there. But I want to ensure you, or I want to tell you that the first child we have registered for this second session has decided to do rabbitry. So we are going to have rabbitry for this time. But we are still trying to study the computer department like I explained, since the objective of this project is to empower youth and see that they become something in our environment and we continuously follow them up. So we are trying to imagine if we open as many as 20 computer shops here in Mbengwi or 20 documentations here in Mbengwi, it's not going to serve the purpose. So we are thinking that in future, children who are coming to study computer may not go back with a grant, so that we should help empower more those who are in the agricultural sector, so that if in future we are able to have about 1,000 pig farms or 1,000 poultry farms, it will instead create a good market for buyers to come in and buy.
What are your expectations from this first set of trainees that you are graduating today?
What I'm expecting from them is sustainability. Sustainability. They should not take what we have given them, start and die. It dies after a short while. They should make sure that they make a turnover in the business, so that they are going to help others who want to follow their example.
Economists say there is no such thing as free lunch. The French say "seke moins cher cher." Why make it free of charge, and how do you have money to pay your teaching staff?
Yes, we want to thank God that our CEO, the CEO of 404 Business Group, Mr. Mbengwi, is funding everything, paying teachers, training materials, and so on and so forth. So he is providing everything. And that's why he has decided to make it free, because he has the means. And if he has the means, why not look at those who do not have it? So we are looking at those who do not have the means, so that we make a balance. He has a good heart, and that's why he's thinking about the vulnerable.
404 Rehabilitation Center is the first in Mbengwi that provides free knowledge and startup to especially underprivileged youths in society who can't afford the cost of going to professional, technical or grammar schools. The initiative is a laudable one worth supporting, according to this internal elite of Mbengwi.
Honorable Edna Enimba, Parliamentarian Emeritus for Mbengwi. I have witnessed a graduation ceremony in 404 Rehabilitation Center here in Mbengwi. I have seen youths trained and empowered. I have seen an initiative worth supporting. This is rare. And like someone who has gone through an experience of seeing how someone's life can be changed from one poor level to a better level, I want to really thank the CEO for this great initiative. It is something that many people would want to do, but don't know how to go about it. It is also something that many people think that if they do, they might not reach out to many. But I want to congratulate him, especially during this difficult time, to have started. It has gone through 6 months. The next batch is on. Personally, I was moved, like someone who has seen how life is being changed, and appreciating what he has done. I want to say congratulations. Mr. CEO, thank you. Like an elite of Meta, I wish to hereby call on my brothers and sisters who are out there. You have something that you can offer. You have so much that you can offer. I wish to plead that you get into what you have and come on board and give us support to this our brother. He is from Momo Division. We are all children, sons and daughters of Momo. We know that people are thinking, and someone may come on with something, but I wish to appeal that the better way is that he who is on the ground and has a team to work on this vision, we should all come on board. I, today, having not much as one would think, but the little I have, I've opted to be a partner. You can be. Please come on board. Let's join him. Not necessarily coming on with anything too competitive, but coming on with better ideas and supporting him to make sure that many more youths are trained. We are told there's a call for many children to come. When they come, he will need more resources. We are all invited. Come one, come all. Let's work for the improvement of the life of our vulnerable children here at home. God bless you. Thank you.
In a move to consume their own products, it was announced on the spot that one of the trainees in office automation has already been recruited by the center to now serve as a secretary. Admissions are currently ongoing for the next set of trainees.
Congratulations, he has done it for you, and you have come back with a new song to sing. God is for you. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Congratulations, see what the Lord has done.